Hi everybody, it's Kelly Devine, and it's been a really tough day today. Um, for the past, maybe 22 years, I've been going to doctors for physical therapists, chiropractors, primary doctors, and pain management. And, since I found kratom, I have not had to go to a doctor appointment every single week. A couple of years ago, I had literally, we counted on the calendar, 340 doctor appointments in 1 year. And a lot of people don't even go to that many in their lifetime, and I ended up doing that in 1 year. So today I got a letter in the mail from my pain management saying that they are discharging me. The letter stated they have nothing to offer me. I am off of 11 out of 13 medications. The two that I am on, I went from 5 and 6 a day to 1, and sometimes I don't even take one of them a day. So I guess, they don't really have much to offer me anymore. The one thing that they did do for me is injection therapy, and I'm really scared because it's like that's my safety net. If something goes wrong, I know I can always call and go in, and I don't have that safety net now, and it's very scary. What I'm going to do today is I'd like to make a plea. I'd like to make a plea to Congress, to the DEA, the FDA, doctors, the medical board. I would like to make a plea to every single one of you. Please keep kratom legal. Please overturn the bans. In USA Today, they stated that addiction, pain medication, is an all-time epidemic. 2012, it was 16,007 people died from overdose on pain medication. And I'll be honest, I still have one pain medication that I do use. I went from taking 6 a day to 1. I'm an open book. I'm not going to hide anything. 16,000 people died from pain medication overdose. Accidental. When you're in so much pain and you take a pain pill, you're not thinking about anything else except for, I want to stop hurting. About 8 years ago, I had an accidental overdose. I had total organ failure. I lived in Las Vegas. It was a combination of the narcotic pain medicine Indocet and the Tylenol. And I don't even remember how long I was in ICU. But they said I had total organ failure. I was dead. People who took fentanyl, hydromorphine, methadone, oxycodone. The numbers grew from 17% in 1999 to 37% in 2012. And it's 2015, and I wonder what it is now. I tried doing lots of research. When people lose medical coverage, they don't have access to their medication. They can't afford to buy the pills off the street. They turn to heroin. And this is all stated in USA Today. More than 44,000 people die from drug overdose. That's more than doubled from 1999 to 2013, according to the CDC. That was reported July 8th, 2015. It's 44,000 people because of medications. And I can understand when you hurt so bad, nothing else is taking away the pain. You can't think straight. Sometimes the medications make you, if you've been on a lot of pain medicine, you know what I'm talking about. It's 44,000 people. Rand Paul, Edward Markey, senators have introduced bills to expand the Medicare assisted treatment helping addicts. They're spending all this money on more medications to treat addiction. And some of these addictions are because they were on pain medicine and they became addicted, or PTSD, or depression, alcoholism. So they're going to put more money into medical care to treat addicts, knowing that 44,000 people died. But kratom works better. It curbs the obsession. It helps with the withdrawals. If you take too much, your body will reject it by vomiting. There is not one reported death from kratom. Not one. And this is something that's very personal to me. The suicide rate among chronic pain sufferers. February the 2nd, 2014, 35% suffer chronic pain. 35% of Americans suffer chronic pain. 50 million are partially or totally disabled. Because of my chronic pain, my depression, my anxiety, and narcolepsy, I'm also disabled. And I've never in my life, since I was a kid, I worked for my dad over at AGE. First we did the accounting for Drug Free America, and I counted donations. And then I started working for him when he did supplemental insurance for the military. I thought it was my allowance. I found out it was really a paycheck. 50 million people are disabled. Now the suicide rate, because of people on disability, has gotten very high. I tried 5 times. You'd think after the second or third time I'd have it down, but I guess God just wanted me to keep working and do something different. He had plans. You know, since I started using kratom, I have not cut myself. I have not taken an intentional overdose. My visits to the ER went down. Not even once a week. I used to go once a week for shots of Toradol. Whatever else they'd give me. Mostly I'd walk in and say, can I get a shot of Toradol? I really want to keep getting better. And if they start banning it in America and a lot of us don't have access to it, we're going to go resort back to the old behavior. We're going to fall into a depression. We're going to become bedridden again. We're going to lose our husbands. We're going to lose our wives. We're going to lose our children. We're going to fall into the hole. It's a bottomless pit. I don't know if doctors really understand chronic pain is life-threatening. I had a pain management doctor in Lexington told me, you can't die from chronic pain. And I looked at him and I said, I beg to differ. For the states that it's banned in, I really pray that they overturn the bans. I've met people in those states who are suffering so much, but they don't have to. The side effects from kratom, personally, there are none. It's a diuretic. I have to drink lots of water. That's it. When I was on the fentanyl patch, I'd get itchy. Narcotics would actually surge me and give me lots of energy. Amitriptyline would knock me out. This other medication made me hallucinate where I actually attacked my own niece. There's cigarette burns in the den carpet from where I would nod out on medications. And I'm supposed to be sober? This isn't sobriety. It was hell. And when we discuss suicide with chronic pain, only somebody who's been there understands. You have lots of time to think about it. Dr. Kevorkian was a huge hero for me. And one of the many times I got locked up in the nut house, psychiatrist was going crazy trying to get me to stop obsessing over how it was only logical. And honestly, I still think it is. If I'm suffering chronic pain and it's not a quality of life, all I'm doing is sleeping, moaning, groaning, crying. I'm bringing everybody down around me. That's not a quality of life. That's not the kind of life I want to live. And since I have kratom now, I've got a life back. I've worked on a garden. I play with my dogs. I spend time with my mother. I do things for her now. She's a face painter, but she also suffers from chronic emphysema. So I'm able to help take care of her today. That's the way it's supposed to be. I've met mothers who couldn't even play with their children. They were always in bed. And today they post pictures of them at the park or in the backyard. And to take that plant away from somebody who's got a family again, that's just not right. The only person that kratom is hurting is the pharmaceutical companies, because they're not making all that money. If you've got 5,000 people go off of 3 medications, not only are they losing the money from the copay that we pay at the pharmacy, they're also losing the money that they're getting from our insurance company, who's paying for the entire prescription. So I'll go off of 11 medications. I get it once a month. Do the math. If you're going to put all that money ahead of our health, our families, our well-being, you have to ask yourself, where do your loyalty lay? If you are supposed to be representing we the people, represent us. Help us. Save us. We're fighting for our lives here. We finally found something that has little to no side effects. It really does take the pain away from me. It helps my mood. It gives me energy. I haven't slept 3 days in a row since December, when I first started it. And to take that away from me, I had to make a decision. Did I want to have a doctor treat me for chronic pain with pharmaceuticals and injection therapy? Or did I want to use kratom and treat my pain and not have a doctor? That's a terrible decision to have to make. It's a terrible decision to make somebody have. I know life isn't always fair, but there's too many people where our lives are at stake. And I'll ask the senators, the House, the representatives, the mayors, the attorneys, the narcotic division. We won't go into that one. It's not illegal in Kentucky. For now. But if we band together and share our stories and our successes, we might be able to keep it legal. And if we were ever to overturn the bans like in Wisconsin, do you know how many lives we'd be saving? Today, my doctor discharged me because I chose kratom. I don't even know if that's legal, if that's right, if that's fair. But the reality is, that's what happened. And I think I'm going to stick with kratom. Sorry, it's on such a sad note. I don't know what else to say. It's just been a really stressful day. I got that letter in the mail and my whole body went numb. But then I think about, since using kratom, all the things that I got back in life, like being able to be awake during the daytime, because I used to be on Provigil for the narcolepsy. Going outside. This is my lavender bush. I have 2 of them. I killed 2 of them too, but I'm trying one at a time. I just got my life back. Please don't take it away.